everyone, and welcome back to Rebooked, the show where we talk about the big meaty men and women slapping meat and telling stories in the square circle. I'm GB, and of course, you have Jake with us here today, the legend, of course, rocking the Dodgers hat, and we are, of course, joined by the editor. It's Scan here today with his wood flask and his electric wood pipe and all that good stuff. And of course, you know, I'm me. I'm GB. We're gonna have some fun today. It's gonna be a good time because it's Halloween this week, guys. Are you guys big into Halloween at all? I'm not
Love
really.
Halloween.
Yeah, you guys dress up and stuff. Like you, what do you guys do?
I haven't. I didn't last year. But yeah, I love dressing. I've gone as Chris Farley from the Chippendales sketch.
I need a picture of that, bro.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Of that. Oh
I'll get it.
God.
I'll find it. I went as Professor Chaos one year from South Park.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And Shauna was General Disarray. She dressed as General Disarray.
That's too good.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love it. I love Halloween.
Okay, all right. Scan, you a big Halloween guy?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beginning of like my whole favorite, basically 6 months of the year to begin with. Everything stretching from like now through winter into spring, whether it's sports or whatever. Like I already showed you, I've got my pirate hat, got my stuff ready to go.
We're close to getting him to wear it on the show, but he couldn't figure out how to put his headset over it.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Not with those.
But you know, it's big in this part of the country too, because I'm right near where one of the biggest Renaissance festivals in the country takes place every year.
Oh,
so
cool.
the last weekend is just everyone in their Halloween costumes. Oh no.
Oh yes, amazing, absolutely amazing.
You had that on the ready.
That guy is my lawyer.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like the trick or treating. You know, like when people like, I want candy. You know, so that's really,
for sure.
That's really all I care about.
But see, once you hit a certain age, the day after Halloween is the best day.
Oh, yeah,
because that's when all the candy's cheap.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. It's true. They're all going on sale because like people aren't buying the big packs anymore and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went out to the Halloween horror night at Disney, or what would they call it again? The Oogie Boogie. That's what it was. But we didn't go to like the actual, like we didn't see the parade or anything like that. But we just were walking around and getting all the candy, and we still have in like 2 giant bags of just Skittles and M&Ms and all sorts of crap. It was pretty good. So that's my thing.
Nice.
Although I don't mind it. I have one of my favorite costumes that I did one year. I dressed up as Jackie Moon from Semi-Pro.
Love it. Love that.
Yeah. I'll find the picture and post it on Discord. You know, so yeah. Well, you know, actually that gives us a great segue into our first topic of the day, because you know, as we all know, Halloween's coming up, and if there's one thing that we can all appreciate about pro wrestling, fellas, is that, you know, wrestling can explore all sorts of gimmicks. Okay, you can have gimmicks where you're the big strong man wrestler, you're the cowboy, you're the, you know, street guy or whatever. But every so often you get a gimmick that is horror based. That's a monster. That's, you know, something clever. So I actually was looking up some articles. Let me see if I could find the first one here of like the best.
There we go. I found that one.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me hit it. Oh, that's
Professor
so
Chaos.
good. That's so
And
good.
Oh, so the helmet,
so good.
The helmet is a KFC bucket.
That's so funny.
I went to a KFC drive-thru and I was like, I know this is weird. I don't want to order anything. Can I get some buckets for a Halloween costume? Or I just asked for a bucket and the dude gave me like 6 buckets. It was like, yeah, here, I don't care. Yeah,
I was going to ask if the bucket smelled like all 11 herbs and spices, but
I wish.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a really tasty evening. Okay, well, yeah, so I looked up a couple of top horror gimmicks in modern pro wrestling. Obviously,
Yeah.
the legendary Paul Bearer there as well. But there were some good
From
ones here.
the great state of Alabama.
Yeah, like some independent ones that I had, never heard of. Even, ones that like kind of explored more like horror movie kind of concepts. And then obviously and some crazy ones too. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gimmicks apparently are one. This is the Carver of Cutter's Alley, which is actually a pretty badass name when you think about it.
That is a cool name.
Yeah, it really is. Let's see. We have a couple other ones here. Yeah, we got this one, which is Su Young, the Undead Bride. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm curious as we look through this. Abaddon as well.
I was going to say Abaddon.
Yeah.
Surely she's
Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds. So apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently the Master of Horror, a guy named Tony Savini, was the guy who designed.
Oh yeah, he is
the mask.
He's an absolute legend. He's designed a bunch of the masks for the band Slipknot. He's designed a whole bunch of horror movie masks. There's definitely a documentation of him, or a documentary of him making the Fiend mask.
Oh, that's
sick. Of that whole
That's
creation
sick.
process. He's a horror legend, and he's a major reason why the Fiend is way up on my list insofar as
Now,
wrestling.
the reason
I think he did a Friday. I think he did one for Jason.
Oh, really?
I think he did a couple of masks for Jason Voorhees, but
That's
I can't
kinda cool.
remember who else. But yeah, he's done a he's
I mean,
a good
I
fixture in that.
always thought that the Fiend mask was like intense, like it was a lot, and obviously that was the point of it.
But not to me as intense as that lantern of Bray's head.
Yeah.
Dude, when he brought that out the first time,
yeah,
ooh,
that was
wild.
Now, I am going to say the reason why I wanted to do this, because we're gonna we'll introduce in a second, is because the first place person here, and I don't know if you guys agree or not, maybe you do, but they gave it to Danhausen as the scariest top horror gimmicks. So I figured what we would do is maybe we give our favorite one, who we think is the best monster horror gimmick in a new graphic. And guys, I made a graphic. Best monster wrestler.
Yes.
Look at that.
Let's go.
All right. So it's very simple. Let's go ahead and yap. Best monster wrestler gimmicks, horror wrestler gimmicks. I'll go first, and then you guys can jump in, because he was in the graphic. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of him. But the Beast Mortos, I like the Beast Mortos. I think he's a silly. He's also a lawyer as well. In case you guys don't know. But yeah, I'm a big fan of his, and I'm trying to find a picture.
The Beast Mortos, attorney at law.
Yeah.
That's a new Adult Swim show waiting to happen.
Yeah, does he work with Harvey Birdman on the side?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, that actually would be freaking hilarious. But I want to find a good picture of him here to put up on screen. So yeah, Beast Mortos, definitely one that I would probably go with, or that I would go with for sure for me. What about for you guys? Have you guys thought of yours while I look for some pics?
I mean, you basically had, like, I think almost the universal top three in that graphic right there. You had Kane.
It's gotta be Kane.
Yeah, you've got Kane. You've got Bray Wyatt as the Fiend, and you've got a lot of people's number one, and rightfully so, Abyss. Abyss is just so good as the ultimate monster. It's sympathetic in a lot of ways as a character too, that got a lot of people behind him. An absolute legend of TNA, and really, I think one of their pillars for a long, long time. He's way up there.
Yeah.
I mean, Kane. I mean, he first debuted at Hell in a Cell. He tore the door off of the cell and went in and destroyed Undertaker. And like in the day, in his prime, the dude was jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, his arm, like, especially when he started wearing the sleeveless thing,
I found a good pic
in
of
the
him
early
here.
2000s, bro. He was yoked to the gills. He looked that
oh
right
my
there.
God.
Look at that photo, dude. He is an animal.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
That looks
And
like a video game screenshot.
Yes, that right there looks like it's from like Rockstar's Manhunt games or some shit.
I will
Like,
definitely say
that's
though, and yeah, for sure on that. And Manhunt, good call out. Holy crap, what a great game that was. I will say, man, like when they introduced the Kane gimmick as like Undertaker's brother, his face was burned. Man, I ate that up as a kid.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Man. Like, but so
And he didn't talk when he's talking through the electric voice box thing. Do you remember that?
Suck it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So I will say while this iteration of Kane definitely is like, good. It did ruin the aura of the character for me. And then I just started to view Kane as just a wrestler, which was fine. That's exactly like the intention was, I'm sure, because you couldn't keep the gimmick up forever.
Well, he went from monster to psychopath. Because remember, he shocked Shane McMahon's testicles on Monday Night Raw.
Wait, what? I don't remember this.
Yes.
You don't remember that, bro? He handcuffed Shane McMahon to the turnbuckle on the outside. He took the top part of the stairs off. He like got him stuck back there, had him handcuffed, and then he starts pouring water on him. And then the son of a bitch gets out a car battery and slams it on the stairs, and then takes out jumper cables. And everybody's like, "Oh shit, what is he about to do?"
Oh crap!
And
Hold on,
he shocked his testicles.
He also set JR on fire.
Yes, like the guy, like even when he wasn't a monster, so to speak, he's still a monster.
This picture of Rob Van Dam, he's like he's like grabbing.
Yeah,
he's grabbing
because that was after they did a match. It was the first time that Kane took off his mask.
Yeah.
When Rob Van Dam was like, "No, man, you should do it. Put it up." And so he was just recently had taken his mask off.
Yeah.
And was in a feud with Rob Van Dam. And then poured water all over his giblets.
And then
and gave him a good old electrocution there. Look at that.
I'm not showing the video because I don't want to get you don't want to get us.
But then he hooked it up to the battery at one point and he touches the two together and they spark. So I'm like,
funny. That's so funny.
But he shocked a grown man's testicles on Monday Night Raw.
So you know what I think is interesting? It's like, and I didn't really think about this, but Kane's character definitely changed. I don't know why. I always felt like they started off with this really extreme thing, and then obviously I viewed him as just like a wrestler dude who was crazy. But yeah, you're right. It went from he had different tiers of I guess horror, if you will, right? He started off of the disfigured,
he was Michael Myers.
And then he moves on.
He was literally Michael Myers. Yeah.
And then what is it when he's jacked and swole? And you're this is the guy who could murder me in an alley, with this mask, and he's scary looking.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a bald psychopath, which I don't know. It doesn't look good for us balds, ultimately.
There were a lot of crazy
guys in
WWE at that point.
Hasn't been great. I don't have a good track record. Sorry, Scandal.
I would argue Kane is scarier now than he ever has been. But
actually
for different reasons.
Yeah. Shout out to Concessions Kane as well.
No. Just thinking, kind of during that same era of when they were moving away from Kane being just the traditional monster to the more kind of psychological monster that he became. That was kind of during the same era that they were doing a lot of other really crazy wrestler things. They had Snitsky and the Baby.
Yep, and the Baby that he punted
going on, and then they had Kozlov and his poetry, and how he was pinning freaking what was it? The Michael Cole to a wall and whispering poetry into his ear.
Mae Young giving birth to a hand,
bro. Till this day, that is crazy. I actually
he brought the hand back.
So let me stay on the same kind of track here. What to you is beautiful. What to you is the scariest moment from wrestling? Something that you were like, oh my God, that is terrifying. And it can be for a host of different reasons.
I will say, because it was so well executed, and I'm bummed that it kind of fizzled in a way, but the Wyatt 6 debut was so well done.
Was so good.
It was so eerie. It was so off-putting. Seeing Chad Gable there, with the blood and all that stuff, it was really clever. And I thought that I'm bummed that like we didn't get more of that, and they've kind of just became just another group. But I will say that was one hell. And just like when what's his name, Howdy, Uncle Howdy, when he's like
Uncle
standing
Howdy.
in the hallway and shit, and it's like the light was, oh man, that stuff was,
and the fog behind, and like he was like backlit. It made
it feel like it was a moment, and you were like, what? And I remember like clipping that thumbnail for when we talked about it on the pod, and just being like, man, this just looked perfect.
And do you remember the cool idea that we had of like them wrestling in an alternate universe of WWE?
Yeah.
Like if I think that would have been the coolest thing if there was like a WWE Upside Down.
Yeah.
And they were the champions of this upside down, and wrestlers would get stuck in this upside down and have to fight their way. Like that would have been fucking cool.
Yeah. And it's not
but now they're
they
just
had to
another
do for like a super long time. They could have just like made it like a part of their gimmick, for the time being. Right?
Yes, because if they can do a Firefly Funhouse match, then why couldn't they have done something like that? I think it would have been so cool.
Yeah.
Like you could have done so many creative things if they were fighting in this alternate universe.
I'm genuinely
curious that would have been a blast.
How or why all of that fell through. Like because you didn't need
who knows.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably like a conversation for another video. Scan, you look like you have a theory.
Just if you ask me, I'm not sure they had the right dance partner for it yet. It's that I think the idea
was great, and the whole thing that they were going after people who were like turning on their families and stuff like that. Like, I actually did think that was like a pretty solid concept. No,
I did too. Yeah,
definitely.
I thought
definitely.
So.
Yeah,
and then it just went away. Injuries, honestly, may have done it.
Could have been too. Yes,
because Bo got hurt.
Yeah, and that kind of messed up the momentum because it was very much relying on him and all that stuff.
But at the same time, he doesn't need to. He doesn't have to be at full health to talk.
Yeah,
and tell other people to go kill people. I mean,
yeah, it's true.
Look at Manson. He didn't do shit.
Yeah,
he just he got people to go kill people. Do the same thing.
It was just that immediately making me think of like trying to like what is your definition of a monster in wrestling? And it's just like, and who is the worst? It's just like
Vince McMahon.
Exactly. Would you not put Mr. McMahon?
And you want to know why?
Mr. McMahon
no, not Mr. McMahon. Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I know.
Is one of the big.
You know why? Because Vince McMahon approved this segment. So I think
that's true.
Snitsky punting a baby. Oh my God, this is terrible. This is just,
Jericho.
This is just terrible. Is that Jericho actually? I don't know.
Yeah, it's during his talk show.
Yeah.
His logo is in the lower left.
The highlight reel.
Yeah. And Lita was.
I'll tell you. Wow. Because it was her baby.
Oh, it was her
or something.
Oh my, Lita. Even worse.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
All right. What about you? What about a thing that scared you?
It was 1991.
Ooh.
Okay. And I will never forget 1991 WCW Halloween Havoc.
Okay. Looking it up.
They had what they called a Chamber of Horrors match. And it was between the teams of El Gigante, Sting, the Steiner brothers, all of which I have cards of.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think I should have. I have him. He's kind of like, how like Catholics have like candles of saints. I just keep an El Gigante card just by my side at all times.
And
I'm just going to start keeping it in my wallet.
I found it.
Oh my God.
So it was them versus Abdullah the Butcher, Diamond Stud, Cactus Jack, and Big Van Vader. And the objective was there was a smaller cage inside a big cage, and in the smaller cage housed an electric chair that you see right there. And they had to put their opponent in the chair and flip the switch on the outside, and whoever did it won. But what happened was it was something like Cactus Jack thought that he had one of the Steiners in the chair, and then and then whichever Steiner it was,
Rick
grabbed
maybe?
Abdullah the Butcher, and switched him. Yeah, that's what it was. And then switched him, so he threw him in the chair just as Cactus Jack pulls the lever, and then it at the time, 5-year-old Jake was like, "I'm watching a man die."
Yeah.
I was like, because look at that. They had sparks and fireworks and all kinds of shit and he was just shaking in the chair.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, this man is being electrocuted in the middle of the ring. It was the craziest thing.
This match the match was not well received.
No.
That's what the article said.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
but it was nuts. It was terrifying.
As it seemed, the Chamber of Horrors didn't exactly land with its intended audience. Its placement at the very beginning of the show, however necessary in the interest of time, likely wasn't the best choice. What's worse is that the WCW production crew seemed ill-equipped to shoot the match, so the final product for viewers at home is simply confusing. Surprisingly slow-paced brawl that drags on for 12 minutes. 12 minutes! That was a 12-minute match?
It was a 12.5-minute match, yes.
While it certainly has its share of admirers, if Cage Match is any indication, most tend to agree that it's a misfire. I mean, I don't care what Cage Match thinks, but that is still... I will agree with that, I guess.
Also, 4 matches later, it was Steve Austin versus Dustin Rhodes for the WCW World Television Championship.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Apparently Foley has said that there's a reason why there was no Chamber of Horrors 2.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, 5-year-old Jake was like, this is bananas.
That's
like
nuts.
I felt like it was crazy.
That is crazy.
It was absolutely batshit insane.
Okay, Scan, what about yours? What's your moment?
This is weird for me because it's weird that my brain always goes to this one performer, not even necessarily wrestler, but anytime Shane McMahon was wrestling in the 90s and early 2000s, I was afraid for that man's life.
Yeah.
Like him doing the elbow drop from the top onto
from the top of the oh my God.
I think that was at Backlash one year.
Yeah.
He had a hardcore match against Steve Blackman where Steve Blackman hits him with a kendo stick up on the same thing and he does a similar spot. But the
King of the Ring match
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Him versus it was him and
Kurt
Angle and him not going through that glass and they just
twice.
I know he did it so they like twice it failed and they just said we're gonna do it again and they did.
And you can hear his head thud on the concrete.
That to me was terrifying because it was beyond this like cartoonish level of like evil and everything. It was like, oh no, this is a man absolutely destroying another man. And it's just Shane.
Yeah, just throwing himself to things.
Threw himself into his matches back then, and you never knew if he was those things alive.
Yeah, I can agree with that, man. That. And I was also afraid when Snoop Dogg...
And getting his testicles shocked on live television.
Man. No one should ever... Like, Shane McMahon, say what you will, and there are plenty, I'm sure, but that guy, when he went out there, he left it all out there. And that is admirable, if not, a little foolish, but admirable.
I love that match between him and Kurt. I thought that match was so it's brutal.
Yeah.
And those moments where he's trying to throw him through that glass and finally you see Kurt like, fuck it. And he just throws him as hard as he can through the glass. I mean, that was an insane match. That one, it's a fun one to watch though. I love that match.
One final one that I remember, and it wasn't more so like, I mean, the match was crazy, but I'm talking Hangman versus Swerve, the cage match.
Yeah.
Because for me, the moment that I forever would love, and actually I believe I have like the exact picture of it, was at the end of the match when he was ready to go back out, or it looked like he was going to go back out.
I'll never forget that.
And that woman screamed.
Bro, I don't know who they got to do that. But my God, yeah, I think this is the picture right here. It was this moment, and then he turns around, he walks, and the lady goes, ah! And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was just brilliant. And again, it just goes to show you in wrestling, the moments, like it drives emotion in such a unique way. We know that it's freaking fake, but yet for some reason we're so invested in
How
it.
dare you?
I know, right? But we're so invested in that storytelling. It's freaking awesome, man. It really is. So yeah. So I gotta say, good choices across the board. So we got for monster for the monster aspect of it. I said Beast Mortos. I believe Scan, you said
For me, it's Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. And
The Fiend, yeah.
Jake, you said Kane.
And I'll go Kane.
And you go Kane.
I'll go
Honestly,
Kane.
yeah, there you have it, folks. Your best monster wrestlers of all time. Well, I mean, you know, just in our opinion. But go ahead and let us know.
But
what
also
you think.
Abyss. Like,
Yeah.
Abyss
is up there.
Abyss
Abyss is
also
definitely up there. Yes.
So good.
He's up there. And that's why I put him in the graphic. I was also going to put Abaddon, but I was like struggling to find picks and stuff. But yeah, Abaddon also gets up there as well. There were some great ones over the years. Hell, I would even say Demon Balor, bro. First appearance, Demon Balor. Like, you know, that whole
Demon
look, the
Balor
way
was
they
great,
played that off, that was so good. So let us know in the comments who are your you know, favorite horror monster gimmicks, or even like horror movie gimmicks, right? Like we saw one of them that, you know, was like a American Psycho type of thing, right? Like, you know, let us know. Love to hear from you. Let's go ahead though and shift over and talk about some stuff, because we got a lot of things going on this weekend. We have, I didn't even know, Saturday night's main event is this weekend.
Yeah.
What the hell? What? Okay. Do they just pop these things out of nowhere? Is that how it is? I don't know. Is it just time that is eluding me? What's going on, Jake? Or Scan? What? Someone help us.
We got another one in 6 weeks after this too.
That's the
John
Cena
the DC
one, right?
yeah.
That's
The
so
DC
sad.
one, which is going to be weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's going to be, we got 4 matches lined up for this one. All of them are championship matches, I believe.
Looks like
actually
a good card though. All things considered, I'm kind of stoked about the card, and we can give quick predictions and talk about some stuff here. But yeah, sorry, Scan, didn't mean to interrupt. Or Jake. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
I just got a weird news alert. This is a real news alert. A diseased monkey is at large after escaping a semi-truck crash in Mississippi while en route to a testing facility.
So isn't that the plot to the movie Contagion?
It's the plot to 28 Days Later.
Days later, yeah.
Oh, snap. That's crazy.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And
on Halloween week.
On Halloween week.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
That is crazy.
Well, at least I don't live near Mississippi anymore.
Yeah,
don't
let any random monkeys into your house, kids.
Until it comes to us here, wherever we are.
Also, there was it wasn't Contagion. Oh, what's the one? Is another one with Dustin Hoffman.
It's a monkey
You're
movie.
right.
Yeah.
Where
That's
they catch a monkey.
Wasn't it called?
Oh my God.
No, something monkeys.
12 monkeys.
12 monkeys.
Yeah. It was 12 monkeys.
Is that the one that's like kind of time travel-y? Or
no, it's not 12 monkeys. Dustin
Monkey
Hoffman,
Disease movie. We're doing this now in the pod, everyone.
Outbreak.
It's
Outbreak, which is a great movie, by the way.
I remember that movie.
It is a good movie.
I watched it right when the pandemic happened. It was awesome.
Yeah. You know what? This all fit. Yeah, that is just. I watched Idiocracy for the first time after the election, so that one stung. So I guess, you know, we're just not having good timings on.
And I watched Deliverance before going camping for the first time. We've all made stupid decisions.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this Saturday night main event going on this weekend. We gotta, you know, like. All things considered, like I have been a little cooled off on WWE. I feel like a lot of the stories and stuff have been very rudimentary as it stands. You know, it's like, I want to beat you and I want the belt and not shit, and that's fine. And honestly, simple is effective because we have
but not always exciting.
not always exciting, but I think it's going to lead to exciting matches. And
Can only hope.
then the first one that I'm particularly excited for is the first one we're going to talk about, which is the Intercontinental Championship match, which is Dominic Mysterio against Rusev and Penta. And I am looking forward to this match because I've actually been enjoying their kind of dance around the belt for the last couple of weeks. I like that Rusev is on like a killing spree and he wants gold. You know, it's very, very AEW TNT title run of him, but it fits. And then Penta obviously still chasing after first gold. Is this where we finally see Dominic drop the IC title? Because he beat Rusev, he beat Penta, obviously cheated and, you know, did stuff to hold the belt. But yeah, what do we think, Scan?
I think this match could be the official catalyst of the beginning of the end of Judgment Day.
Ooh.
Because let's not forget that basically Dom running his mouth is what ended up creating the tag team match that JD and that, you know, that Judgment Day. Yeah, JD and Finn lost. They're no longer tag champs.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if those two, you know,
I was AJ and AJ and
AJ
and Team AJ
Dragon
Lee. Yeah,
Dragon Styles. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're calling Dragon
Styles.
Actually, I like that. That's good.
Well, what they said it in some backstage social promo where they were just like AJ Lee, and they were just like, no, I think that's taken. So
that's good. That's good.
I'm excited for this match because all three of these guys are, you know, like entertaining in vastly different ways. What's been going on between Rusev and his chase after the IC title has been really fun. Finally getting some meat for him to sink his teeth into after he's been kind of spinning his wheels here in WWE since his return. But I do think this is the time that we finally get gold on Penta. That's clear how much they love Penta right now and have been pushing his stuff recently. And I think it's better for Dom right now, storyline wise, to just have the one AAA championship and hold on AAA, however you want to say it. Belts, holding on to that, having that be a big focus of what he's doing, and let the IC title kind of go elsewhere and help elsewhere on the roster.
Okay, Jake, you have any other thoughts on that?
I mean, I feel like we're on the verge of Dominic Mysterio possibly turning face.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got to. He's so over, and he doesn't have to be like a good guy. He could, you know, like Eddie, like whenever Eddie was wrestling, you know, like I feel like he's gonna go that way at some point. Does him losing the title push him that direction, or does him keeping the title? Like that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. But like, I love the yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to add on to what you're saying, just in that I actually think it could be kind of cool to see him kind of turn around while still holding the IC title.
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Because then I think that, because I do like Penta, but something tells me, and I could be wrong here, and I hope I'm wrong here, but something tells me that they're going to have Penta take the AAA title off of Dom instead of the IC title. I don't think they should do that, and I think it should be the IC title, but I can see them going that route because it's a very WWE thing to do. Let's not forget, this is the people who made the Latino cinematic universe, and that was like a thing for like a year and some change. And LWO and las facciones, it was Legado de Fantasma. Where are they at? You know what I mean? Like they all just like vanished in the thin air. So, you know, that's my fear. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to be optimistic and say that's not going to happen. That said, though, I like the idea of Dom kind of like getting screwed out of, or like not getting screwed, but like them trying to screw him out of the belt, but his heel ways helps him win the title, and he ends up doing like an MJF, that's our scumbag type of thing, where like he's a good guy who cheats. What do you think?
I feel like it's going to culminate in Dom versus Finn for the IC title.
Yeah, that feels like good.
Okay.
That feels
That
fitting.
feels right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then
Um,
that gives Penta and Rusev more of a thing to be like, you, Finn, screwed us out of the IC title. And that kind of gets them back into that picture, I think.
and then it's going to be interesting what happens when Liv comes back.
Yeah.
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 You know, I mean,
Yeah.
granted, she's been watching all this and seeing what's going on with, you know, Roxanne still involved in Raquel, and like, I mean, it could be like what we've seen from. I feel like we keep calling the time of death for Judgment Day, and they just are kind of like they're kind of like WWE's
Back up and
Bullet
back up.
Club a little bit, where it's like, okay, well, we're just going to reshuffle our members, and we're still going to be just as strong. So I
Yeah.
could see something like that happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
great.
know. Like everyone I
but
talked
I-
to, though, they went like I was with my friends who watched a lot of Halo back or watched a lot of WWE back at Halo, and they were all saying like they just want the Judgment Day thing to end, and I that was like the vibe I get. I'm not like entirely opposed to it, but I can see why people are like kind of tired of it, or if they just go like super bad guy scan. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to point out one thing just with Dom's character, because I read this earlier and it blew my mind. The in-ring promo that Dom did like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago with the Intercontinental Championship, that was his first in-ring promo since WrestleMania.
Wow.
He has been Intercontinental Champion since all the way back then.
Whoa.
And he never cut a single in-ring promo that entire time.
Everything's been
until
backstage,
just the
right?
last 2 weeks. And he's that over. They love him that much, and he's not even talking in the ring. So
Yeah.
like that to me, like if you're talking about just organic popularity in WWE right now, he's the textbook. He's the one you want to be looking after and trying to get to shoot him to the moon,
That's crazy.
because it's working.
That's crazy, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's why, like,
But
I
like,
don't know.
what a match! I think
Yeah.
this is going to be such a great match.
I think so
Mhm.
too.
You got Rusev, who's just a Mack truck of anger, and then Penta, who's a human buzzsaw,
Yeah.
and then Dominic,
Yeah.
who's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be
He's our piece of
it's gonna
shit.
be so it's our piece of
He's our
shit.
piece of shit.
And it's gonna be so much fun to watch. I think it's gonna be a great match.
Yeah, I'm
I could-
genuinely
yeah.
excited for that one. That
Yeah.
I very
That
few
could be a show stealer.
Yeah, very few WWE matches outside of like when it happened, like AJ and John Cena, like when that happened and stuff. Like those were all that match was great. After the fact I found out and I watched it, this one I'm like excited for it because I've liked what they've done leading into it,
Yeah.
and I am liking what I'm seeing potentially coming out of it. This is an interesting one. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. This feels like it's time.
It's Jade. I really do feel
Mhm.
like it's Jade.
It
She
has
just
to be
turned
time.
heel. It went
Yeah.
over big. She's better as a heel anyway.
Yeah.
I think Tiffy's time is up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's yeah. Now, is there because here's the thing. We are going to be guaranteeing a new champion tonight no matter what, right? With the men's world championship. So,
Mhm.
you know, like that's happening no matter what. But I could see Tiffany squeaking by the skin of her teeth, holding onto the belt, and then this becoming another match where Jade finally wins. Does that feel good, or
I send it
should
back.
you send it back? Or you send it back?
I
Scan,
send
you
it
send it
back.
back?
I don't see the need to stretch out a rivalry between these two right now. I agree. I think
Agreed.
it's just
Yeah.
Jade's time. Tiffy's been champion for 300 days.
Wow.
She got that belt on January 4th.
Wow.
Like
But-
she's had that belt
and name-
forever.
And name like what are the best stories or opponents that she's had?
Is this true?
Because to
I-
me, it's Charlotte and end of list.
But that's what I'm saying in regards to this. You got like rather than her losing and just moving on,
So try to have a
you-
great
you
final feud before she
try-
drops the title.
exactly. You try and build a feud, right? And then try and incorporate some more story into it. I would not be mad if Tiffany won, if Tiffany won, and this continues building into something more.
She needs a rival. She needs an actual rival,
I
and
would
she
say
hasn't
the same
had
for
one.
Jade. I would say the same
True.
for Jade.
True.
Right?
I mean, it's just, I feel like her title reign in a weird way has been entirely overshadowed by Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, again, she got the title on January 4th. In that amount of time, Stephanie Vaquer has won the NXT North American Championship, the NXT Women's Championship, gone up to the main roster, and then won the Women's Championship, and then she defeated Tiffany for the crown jewel.
Yeah.
Like, she's been overshadowed on the other show by Stephanie Vaquer, other shows, I feel, by Stephanie Vaquer this entire year. Like, this was supposed to be her crowning year. She literally started it off by winning the championship.
Yeah.
And
Which
we
is
don't
why
remember
maybe
any of it.
She needs this win. I think she needs this win. And then I think she loses the belt at Survivor Series. They run it back and they do Survivor Series. And that's where she drops it. I think
but here's the other thing.
maybe
to me
in
that
gruesome
comes to
fashion.
mind.
Who knows?
Who is someone with history with well, I mean, I guess with both of them, but who has history with Jade Cargill that's also on SmackDown that hasn't been around for a little while because of injury and could be coming back very, very soon? Bianca Belair. I
Yeah.
could see her making some kind of return to get into some program with Jade Cargill, because I think that would be
probably
a
like
great
the
program.
first person she faces with this new heel character as she becomes champion, I would say. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then that will legitimize her because she needs to win that.
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't mind that. And that kind of reignites that for you too. So I feel like you got some good directions either way, because you could realistically do Jade versus Bianca Belair if that happens at Survivor Series, and that's a massive matchup, right? In of itself. So yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see with this one. I would say we're split. Right. I'm kind of on Team Tiffy. It feels like you guys are on Team Jade. We'll see what happens here. So we have Cody facing Drew. Is this number 2 of them facing each other now? Or is this the first time?
It's got to be more than that. No.
Well, for in this particular reign
for the title?
For the title. Did they fight already, or is this the first time?
They have once, I think.
Yeah, okay. I think there has to be one.
Okay.
But I can't remember for sure.
Is this Drew's time? Because I want to say yes. Because I feel like this run with Cody has genuinely been like a transitional champion thing, because the John Cena stuff just didn't pan out. What do you think?
That's a good point.
There just feels like there's no aura to this like title run that Cody's had so far.
And again, him losing at Crown Jewel kind of hurt that aura quite a bit, and it's even worse now that Seth is injured.
Yeah,
but
and you got to think. I mean, looking at it, Punk and Jay, I mean, at least as of right now, are faces. So having a champion that's a face champion and a heel champion, I think is good for just different storylines.
We're talking about a lot of title changes. You know what I mean?
I know, that's the thing. I mean, like, what are the odds that Saturday night's main event has 4 title changes?
But there have been situations where Saturday night's main event
I know that's the thing.
Title changes.
Exactly.
So, you know, each one of these matches feel ripe for a title change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're guaranteeing one for sure.
Yeah.
We're guaranteeing one for sure, and everything else feels ripe for a title change.
I'd be shocked if there weren't at least 2. I'd be shocked if there weren't at least 2 title changes at this event. But 3 or 4?
That's a good one. Chat, let us know how many title changes. 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 1 out of 4, 0 out of 4. If there's a world where no title changes happen, is that a disappointing?
It's impossible.
Well, sorry. Of the belts
that are being defended. So there's going to be at least one. Yeah,
it's going to be at least one. But
if it's just one, if it's just one, then let's stop doing Saturday night's main event, because nothing exciting happens on it.
So
I mean,
guess
really,
we'll say 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4. Right? What's going to, because we're guaranteeing one for sure. Right?
I'm going to say 2.
I'm going to go bold and say 3. I'm going to say 3. I think that.
So then which one is not? Which one's not changing hands?
I think Dom's going to keep the IC title.
You think Dom's keeping the title?
Yeah,
I don't Like, I think it would be interesting for him losing that to be the catalyst, like I said, for Judgment Day. But I think Dom's keeping the title. He's just too damn popular right now. So I think Jade wins. I think Drew wins. And then I think, of course, I mean, we'll get to the next match.
We'll get to
we'll
that,
talk
yeah.
about that. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I thought, and I that wouldn't shock me at all. That wouldn't shock me in the least. And I think that's what makes this Saturday night's main event exciting for a change, is because there's there's 4 matches, and they're all title matches.
I'm going 2 out of 4.
Okay.
Going Drew, and obviously the
winner of
Punk. Yeah. So Drew, I think Drew's walking away as WWE champion. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's happening. Yeah. Because I think that, okay, it's either, see, because here's the thing, right? For me, it's either the Tiffany Jade or Drew Cody, but I feel more confident about Drew Cody because this Cody run really has been a touch flaccid. It has been very flaccid. Okay.
Print it.
It's been
put it on a shirt.
Flaccid run. All right.
Well, let's sell a shirt for Cody. A touch flaccid.
It's been a touch flaccid. So and I think, Drew, I mean, look at Drew's face, guys. Drew's bricked up. Okay. He's bricked up and ready to go. This looks like a man who wants to win a championship. Okay. This man's been waiting for this moment for so long. This guy, Cody, look at this. He ain't got no riz going into this ambition.
He's worried about Street Fighter. He's got other shit going on.
He's worried about
Kyle over here.
But
he's hawking vodka, and he's
this guy wants to win. He wants to
that
win.
Guy's ready to murder.
He's ready. He believes in the spirit of Halloween. Okay.
Yes,
he wants to be the next monster.
He might hook Cody's testicles to a car battery.
And honestly, if he doesn't, disappointment, I send it back.
I agreed. Yeah. Paper champ.
If WWE did it once, they can do it again. All right. Let's just say, it's network television. Who gives a crap? Okay. Who gives a crap? No, that's just how I'm feeling. So, all right. So I'm going Drew. Jake, what about you?
I mean, maybe you've convinced me. Maybe you've convinced me that it is going to be
I don't
Drew.
like that, though. I don't like that. Because I could be wrong.
But you're right, because I don't know. It just feels like
Cody wins, though.
Exactly. That's the thing. But I don't know. I feel like it's damn it. I'm going with Drew.
But
it's got to be his time. But where does Drew go? He keeps losing the title. Cody will be fine.
Mm-hmm. Cody can take a little bit of a break. I think it's very clear that they need some new faces on SmackDown to juice it up, to make it and to spice it up a little bit. And I genuinely think that they will be fine. And I think that Cody can lose. He's a 2-time WWE champion now. That's awesome. Congratulations. It's time for Drew to do the same. I think, And I think Drew can go on a freaking run, man. He can go on a run.
Mention he deserves to. Can you imagine the image, especially as we're just about to head into Survivor Series, of kind of segueing into the next match here, if Punk wins and Drew wins,
bro,
of the two of them facing off against each other, belts in hand, there's your Survivor Series captains.
Oh my God, you could literally do
old school Survivor Series, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be the main reason I think Drew is going to win, because again, not to push us straight into the next topic, but
let's do it.
I don't see a world where CM Punk loses this match.
If CM Punk loses this match, I actually will riot. I will riot. There have been times in the past where I'm like, maybe, maybe not, but and honestly, I will say that this is kind of it's not a good look for WWE, in my opinion, because of LA Knight and just how this makes no sense. Like LA Knight should be in this match. But Jake, go for it before I blow a gasket.
I think Punk's going to win because LA Knight's going to interfere. I think he's pissed at Jay. I could see him doing that and kind of not necessarily going on a heel run, but being that kind of tweener. Well, just because he threw him out, right? he threw him and his brother out while they were fighting over on the ropes during the battle royal. So and plus he came out, he saw that fan sign that said we wanted LA Knight, not Jay. He picked it up and held it to the freaking camera on Monday Night Raw. So I don't know. And granted, that may have just been a in the moment kind of thing, but like I would love to see
belong in this match, Jake. You're right. Like it doesn't feel good, you know?
So I could easily see LA Knight going this route of like, all right, I'm just gonna be everybody's problem then. Like, and just kind of not necessarily being a heel and kind of a tweener, but just I want to see LA with a bit of a mean streak.
Yeah.
And see how that goes and just really turn that up a notch.
Yeah. So I have a couple
I think could be a lot of fun, but there's no I just think there's no way he's not involved in that match in some capacity.
Will Jimmy be involved?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I was gonna say that I think that there is I didn't see SmackDown. Was there any more movement with it was just Jay and Punk, right? Or sorry, not SmackDown, Raw. It was just Jay and Punk promo, right? Just like
there was that, but there was also a backstage. There were two backstage segments with Jay and Jimmy. One where Jimmy like walked up and was just like, "Oh, hey, look who it is! It's the guy who's clearly only looking out for himself, and the guy who thought that maybe if you and I ended up,
it's just you, huh?
Yeah, it's just you, huh? Like, and maybe you were afraid to figure out what would happen if it just ended up being you and me in that ring again. And then later in the night, Jay did some very tribal chief mind shenanigans with the way that he was talking with Jimmy and everything. And I wouldn't be afraid if I would be afraid to see Jimmy come out and help Jay win this match. I do think that's a possibility, and that could be a big thing to lead towards that storyline between the brothers.
But I was not also ready for that.
But also think about how interesting it would be for Jay if Jay does kind of go to the dark side, and we do have this match at Survivor Series with a Team Punk and a Team Drew. If Jay fights with Drew and Jimmy fights with Punk, like that could be really interesting because especially with how Drew was, hates the bloodline, hates them. And I don't know. And it just would be interesting to see like Jay's attitude kind of change and the fact that Jay hates Punk now. Drew cares more about the fact that Jay hates Punk than what he did to him in the past.
Yeah.
Kind of like he has that kind of mentality. And brings him in to fight.
Is it a good call to turn Jay heel right now?
I think you can.
Like realistically, let's think about that. The man's still coming out to people yeeting all over the place. They're running the music back. They're still having fun with it. They're still cheering him on like crazy. He's still super popular. Do you kind of lean into that? Almost where it's I don't know, like I'm curious because I would really like to see them take some risk with this.
I also think it would be interesting to see him trying to come through the crowd still when he's a heel.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to do the yeet and like nobody will do it with him and it just pushes him further into that mindset.
And then no yeet becomes a thing.
And then no yeet becomes a thing again. Yeah, it's kind of like when Daniel Bryan started doing no instead of yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
You could definitely follow that story path again with him. That is absolutely there. The no and yes. Yeah.
Then Scan, what happens to Punk? Where this is like true. Now, I mean, my guy has been teased, teased so many times now. They've tickled.
We've all been teased. What's going on with you today?
They tickled it.
Just such
get in there.
Wow.
Just not...
I really don't know. I like when you deal with who Punk has issues with and everything and which way he could go one way or the other. I I feel like that would just end up with Punk dealing with Vision 2.0, as it were. Like the only way that you could go is that he's still dealing with the Bronze, which again, that's another thing with LA Knight. He got obliterated by Braun Breaker on Raw as well in an impromptu match. And I'm kind of afraid that LA Knight's rise is being stinted a little bit by the rise of Braun Breaker, but that's an entirely different subject right now.
You can also have a situation where like LA Knight and Punk, as champion become, like what I don't know the phrasing, but like allies of convenience, right?
Frenemies.
Yeah, frenemies to try and do this. And then LA Knight's like, all right, like we did this now.
I scratched your back, now scratch mine.
No, I need this. I need this title shot because I know I can beat you. And then that's when, we see how that plays out. But I don't know, man. There are a lot of ways this can go now that we have broken it down.
Yeah, but Punk has to win.
Yeah, like it does feel like Punk has to win. It just kind of feels like that. And you could just do Jimmy and Jay, although this would be the least interesting of Jimmy and Jay just like feuding with one another. Because
if Jay wins it has to be underhanded.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what are we going with here? I'm going with Punk. But
Punk.
Yeah,
I'm going with Punk, but if Jimmy comes out, everything's off the table.
Dude,
if Jimmy comes out.
Oh, golly, this is too much. All right. Well, let us know what you think in the comments. Who you think's going to win? Lots of thoughts. We'll talk about AEW. There's a decent amount of stuff happening over there, but the one thing that was just announced, and I was waiting for it, and I'm excited for it because it's going to be fun, is the women's tag tournament. We have the official teams, and it's looking good, man. We have on one side of the bracket Queen Aminata versus Jamie Hayter going up against the Sisters of Sin, which is Sky Blue and Julia Hart. Then we have Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron going up against Mercedes Moné and Athena, who are teaming up together. Then Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford face off against TJ, probably our two most tag teamy teams in this competition outside of the Sisters of Sin. And then we have which this one's interesting. I'm very surprised by this one. We have Alex Windsor and Riho going up against Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. So there goes your bracket. Top of the mind, Jake, what do you think of it? What do you think of the matchups and the locations and so on and so forth?
I like the matchups. I think that we're going to get some really good matches out of all these. Oh man, it feels a little. It would not shock me at all if Mercedes and Athena won it.
Okay,
it really wouldn't.
Okay, interesting.
Just because of the whole fucking belt collector shit. Like I just feel like it. Like, and maybe it's different because Mercedes has to work with someone else and she's not great.
Yeah.
And obviously her and Athena have history and it could lead to something between the two of them losing, because I also really like the team and maybe if they didn't have to fight Mercedes and Athena first, I might pick them as my favorite. I like Willow and Harley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
I really like them winning the whole thing. Pull it. Can we put that back up
let's
there
go for
again
it. Let's go
so we can look at it real quick. I mean, I feel like it's going to be Sisters of Sin win the first round. I'm going to say Toni and Mina win the first round because they're both so good. They do have great chemistry together.
Yeah.
Bayne and Ford and TJ. I mean, Bayne and Ford. That's going to be a really interesting one. I think it's going to be
Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, who are going to be the first tag champs.
I could see. Really? Yeah, I could honestly see them. Winning that too.
That run. So here's what I think is going to break down here. I think Aminata and Hayter are going to beat the Sisters of Sin. And then Willow and Harley are going to beat Moné and Athena. AEW likes to do faces fighting each other. right, for matches. They like that. And I I also can see.
I don't like
Actually, hold on,
punishing
hold
a
on,
team
sorry.
that has an
Sorry.
actual name.
Let me well, yeah, that is fair. That is fair. But I'm gonna reverse that. Monet and Athena are going to beat Harley and Willow, and I think Harley's going to be the
That's true.
one to take the pin there. And then we're gonna have Hayter and Aminata beating Monet and Athena. Where that goes, I don't know, because I think that Mercedes is going to go after Athena's belt. And that she's going to be like, well, you didn't help me get mine. Now I'm going to take yours. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I like that. I quite like that.
But you know what I would like? I would like to see Harley pin Mercedes.
I wouldn't hate that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But where would that
Some
go?
kind of like, huh?
Would that just go to Harley?
Well, I don't know. Just the history. Like, what if, what if there's an interference behind the referee's back?
Yeah,
and the interference is, of course, Minnie Monet.
Yeah.
I think Minnie Monet should interfere in the match.
Yeah.
Knock out Athena. Athena's nowhere to be seen. Harley gets the pin on Mercedes. Something like that. I don't know. I think that would be fun.
I'm thinking how these characters have interacted over the last couple of weeks. And the reason why is I think that Hayter and Aminata are going to be the ones that face off against Bane and Ford, because they have been crossing paths a lot. And they have constantly butted heads, and Hayter's always trying to get the better of Megan Bane. And I think that Megan Bane is, very much she was the one, in my opinion, her and Penelope came in early, because we talk about the Sisters of Sin, and yes, but Penelope Ford and Megan Bane were a thing for a while now. Of all the people here, it's really just been TJ and Bane and Ford. And I think that Bane and Ford beating TJ is kind of like a good way of them, being like, hey, this team beat like a tag team, which they've beaten them before, but like in a competition format like this. So that's why I feel like that's a direction that goes in. But I'm also open to a lot of interpretations and some fun ones too. Like, I'd like to see Tony and Mina win it. Like, I think that would be really fun.
I don't see how they're not, to be honest with you.
They're not going to win it? You think they're going to win it?
I think they're like guaranteed to win this thing.
Because Mina's been going around saying we lost everything. Right?
Yeah, like to me, it's literally Tony and Mina, and everyone else is fighting for second place. I like it's that like of a sure lock to me. I don't see them losing this tournament in any way. And like, because to me, Mercedes and Athena is going to come down to Athena suddenly realizing, why the hell would I help you get another belt? Why would I help you with this? And she's just going to leave in the middle of one of the matches.
Yeah. Or maybe because like Mercedes like a douchebag or something like that.
Yeah.
Because she's also being like a real big douchebag now.
Or something.
Yeah.
That whether it's the first match versus Willow and Harley, or whether it ends up being in the second round, I definitely see Athena costing Mercedes match.
What better way for them to get pissed off at each other than lose the first round? That's why I really like Willow and Harley. I'm going to say Willow and Harley and Bane and Ford is your finals. That's what I think. I think Tony and Mina lose to Bane and Ford. I think Willow and Harley beat the Sisters of Sin.
Yeah.
And then I think your finals, Willow and Harley and Bane and Ford. Put it down, put money on it, take it to the bank.
Okay. All right. So I'm saying Bane and Ford. You're saying who is it, Willow and Harley?
I want Willow and Harley to win the title so bad. I really do.
Scan, you are saying Tony and Mina.
Tony and Mina. I want Willow and Harley. I agree, but my brain immediately goes Tony and Mina.
And none of us predicted the team that has an actual freaking team name.
Nope.
Hey, they win their first round. I'd say they win the first round.
You know what, though? And I'm going to say this much. Do not sleep on this. There is a chance that the Sisters of Sin win. There is a chance that they win. I think all
these teams have a shot.
The only one is Windsor and Riho is like, that's the last one. If I had to go ranking of like who I think is more likely to win to least likely to win, it would be like first, obviously, would be my prediction of Bane and Ford. Next would be Willow and Harley, and then I would probably put Aminata Hater, then Sisters of Sin, then Tony Mina, then Tay, then last one, Winter Riho. I don't think Tony and Mina are gonna win. But I don't know. Now you kind of sold me, man. Now you gotta make me you made me think about that damn promo where Mina's like, we lost everything. No, I'm like, damn it, that's good. That's theater.
They've lost everything. They want it more than anyone else there. Like Mercedes and Athena want the belts just because they want more belts, but Tony and Mina just lost their belts.
And honestly, a Tony Mina beating a Monet Athena in the final would be very nice. But then that kind of muddies the waters, though, I think, a little bit. But
it does, but I absolutely think that's the final. I don't because have they said where the titles are actually going to get decided, where the finals are?
I don't think they have. But if one has to imagine, let's see here, their next event is going to be Full Gear in the 22nd. They have quite a few weeks of quite a few episodes of taping in between. They could fit easily 2 matches in a show if they wanted to. So I could see the final being decided at Full Gear.
I have to imagine it's going to be.
Yeah. There's no way this gets stretched out to World's End. I don't think that's the end of December. So I don't think that happens. And I think World's End is where Mercedes is going to finally drop her belts. With some of them. I think it's happening.
Okay, GB.
Yeah, I think it's happening, man. I think it's
going to be like that.
And I have a hot take.
Okay. Let's hear it.
That it could be Harley Cameron who beats Mercedes for the TBS championship. I think it can be. And
I like that.
And I'm telling you, Jake, you have been very negative on Ultimo Monet. And I completely understand. But I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, believe that it is leading to a Harley Cameron TBS championship, because what better way for Mercedes world to end than to lose her prized possession, the TBS championship, to someone who she does not respect.
She deems a clown. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
That's why I think they lose the first round.
Yeah, I think it could be. I think it could be. But we're just fingers crossed. I want it so bad, bro.
Does Athena go on a tear and just start costing Mercedes belt after belt?
See that's what we thought. That's what we thought was going to happen before their previous match. I mean, like,
I know,
but see, the thing is that now there's a character involved, right? Before we were like speculating, it could be Jamie Hayter, it could be this, but now if we know that there is someone who is equally as vindictive and cruel as Mercedes Moné, and that is Athena. And it could easily work out in that direction, which would be very exciting. I think there's a couple of ways this could go. I'm so pumped. Let us know in the chat, what do you guys think about the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament? All these matches are going to bang as well. They're all going to be really good because all these, like, everyone's been working together in some capacity for the last few weeks. Like, every single person in this match have all crossed paths so many times, and their chemistry has only gotten better and better and better. So I think we're really in for a treat with this one.
And I mean, somewhat parallel note here, but speaking of women's tag team wrestling, the match last night with Charlotte and Alexa versus Lyra and Bailey was a banger.
Oh, I gotta watch it. I didn't see it. It was really good.
You gotta watch it. It was a great match.
We'll watch. We'll report back.
It was fantastic. Yeah. So kudos to them. Women's tag team wrestling is so much fun.
Yeah.
It really
Dude, women's wrestling in general has just been what a moment it's continuing to have. It's been freaking dope. It's really awesome, man. I'm all for it. All right. So again, let us know in the chat what you think. Here's no, that's our show graphic. Don't want to show you that there, but not like it matters all that much. But here you go. Here is
We'll
your
fix
bracket.
it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
I'll fix it in post.
Scan will fix it in post. Here is
Exactly.
the bracket. Maybe we could like fill it out and we could do in the Discord. Let's do a little March Madness.
Let's do March Madness.
Let's do
let's do it.
What's
I
a good
love it.
pun? Let's November. We need something. Jake, you're the sports guy. You got to think of it. Okay,
Oh, man.
We'll do it. We'll
November
worry about
to
it later,
Dismember.
though. And then we'll put it in the
November,
Discord.
December.
And then we'll fill out our brackets. And then we'll share it. Okay, guys, that's what we're gonna do. We'll put the bracket in the Discord, so that you guys can participate in it and stuff like that. And then we'll share as
Fall
the
Brawl.
weeks go on. Yeah. Fall
Fall
Brawl.
Brawl's a good one.
Fall Brawl.
Fall Brawl's a good
Fall
one.
Brawl. But we gotta theme it for the ladies too, though. You know
Yeah,
what
I know.
mean?
That's what I'm
All
trying
right.
to. Yeah.
Let's think about it. If you think of a good one, let us know in the chat. You can also let us know in our Discord. You can join that by checking out, you see the bottom there, the link below. That's right. So you can click that, join the Discord. We got a great community. Speaking of, we just hit 1,800 subscribers on our YouTube channel.
Hey.
So thank you
Let's
guys
go.
so much for that. The road to 2,000
Keep it
continues. Let's keep it going. We're back. And again, let us know feedback on like the changes. We're not being as topical anymore. We're focusing more on just segments and discussions
Just
and kinda
wrestling,
like this.
man.
And
Just chatting,
wrestling.
wrestling.
Things that appeal to us, because look, the reality is it's difficult to watch all the stuff all the time and keep up with
Right.
everything. Have a life, have jobs, do our jobs, and then all this other stuff. So let us know if you're liking this kind of like a different approach for Rebooked in the future, in our Discord and also in the chat as well. But that, of course, brings us to the end of the show and what is known as the greatest segment of all time, the Rebooked 24/7 Champion of the Week. This is, of course, where we talk about the thing that brought us the most joy this week in the world of professional wrestling and beyond. Does not have to be wrestling related. Who wants to go first? Jake, you look like you were ready. You look like you were shaking.
I always love the segment.
Oh yeah,
I
it's great.
I always
It's a good
love the
belt.
segment.
We got to get this belt made
I've
one day.
I got to think because there's like
Okay,
four
I have a
different
good
things
one.
I have in my mind.
I could start
Okay.
first for you guys. So this past weekend was the Halo World Championship 2025. We have done these for many years now. For Halo Infinite, we've had 4 World Championships. This will be the last of the Halo Infinite season, because a new game's probably going to be coming out around the corner, which that's usually what that indicates. We did the same thing for Halo 5, and then in between that we had events for Halo 3 and then Halo 2, and it was all sorts of stuff. But I love these events, and they've brought me a lot of joy. Scan, you and I have been to a few as well. We got to hang out Adam Cole at one of them, is where I won.
Yeah,
As a matter of
yeah,
fact,
we-
hold on a second, because I stole it
Wait.
from Walshy. This bad boy right here,
He
which
still
is
can't have it.
my Big Team Battle Bonanza Championship. Listen, I am still up in the Series 3-1. Even though Walshy won this weekend, I went into his room and I stole it. And I'm holding it now away from him. Okay.
Oh my god.
Now, also, I do want to preface this real fast. And this will never... We'll edit this one out when we do the montage later on down the line for the hype video for it, Scan. But
Okay.
Dave was like, I have no place to put this belt in my home at all. And he's like, just take it. And I was like, yeah, I love this thing so much. So anyway, obviously wrestling has
Do you not have
played
room for a title in your home. Like,
He is Walshy.
better for me. And yes, and also
Like,
he does
sure.
have a lot of
Yeah.
trophies. So, it makes sense. And he had a kid, all that stuff. But the
so keep the belt, toss the kid. I mean,
what's
Just a belt in a
okay,
crib.
Snitsky, relax there for a minute, all right? So the fun, all this to say that pro wrestling and my love of it, I've brought it very much into my time in esports, whether it's my hosting and my commentary and everything. And even that, because that was inspired by me constantly talking about pro wrestling, that they were like, let's get a belt and do this thing. So, it's a blessing that people lean into it so much. And I'm very grateful people do, because I genuinely love pro wrestling. And because of that, it brings me so much joy that every event that we do, we get together in the hotel room and we just watch wrestling. And that's what we did this weekend. I got to catch up on Monday Night Raw because Shurzy hadn't seen the latest Monday Night Raw, and we were just watching it while having Shake Shack and milkshakes. And I was listening to my friends, Wes, who goes by Clutch, and my other friend Shurzy, Richie, who they were arguing about whether or not like their disdain for Jey Uso. Like my buddy Gaskin loves Jey Uso. Shurzy's like in between. Clutch is like, I hate this guy. I just want him off my screen. He's and it's just brought me joy just to hear heated, spirited, fun debate about pro wrestling amongst people who genuinely enjoy it. So that to me, that's my Rebook 24/7 champion of the week. The joy of debate. Spirited, helpful debate.
Okay.
You know,
Spirited, helpful.
about pro wrestling.
Alcohol-induced
Good
debate.
faith.
Good faith.
And
And
good
most
fa- good
importantly,
faith debate.
fact-based as well. That's very important. Because, you know, facts matter, at least to us here at Rebook. But yeah, all right. So that's mine. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right.
GBR, you can probably tell what mine is. There's a new fighting game on the block right now that has completely taken over my life.
Every
I'm
time,
sorry.
man.
I'm
Every time.
sorry.
Go for it.
So,
Go for it.
So the game is called 2XKO. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's a fighting game based in the League of Legends universe, world, whatever, which I literally know nothing about. I haven't watched Arcane. I don't know anything about any of these characters, what their motivations are, whatever it is. The bottom line is the people that are behind this game love fighting games.
Yeah.
In a way that very few development groups love the genre that they're working on. Like if you look through the credits of who's in charge of this game, who's in charge, like in the different divisions that are working on it, the character creators, everything like that, all of these guys are absolute legends in the fighting game scene. The Cannon brothers are in charge of the game overall. These guys basically invented modern fighting game netcode.
Yeah.
And they're in charge of the game entirely. It's super fun. It's a 2v2 tag fighter that they're putting a lot of money behind the competitive scene for. And the most fun thing about it is that, and in something that is entirely unique to the fighting game scene right now, this game is being pushed as 2v2, as in two people playing against two people instead of 1v1. They're offering extra prize pools for that. That's one of the coolest things I've seen happen in competitive gaming in a long time, and it's just a super fun game to play. I'm just really excited to see where this game goes because it's only in early access right now. There's a lot more for them to build on.
And if you want to learn how to play, Scan has been teaching people in our Discord, right? The Guild to Guild one.
In like 5 different Discords right now.
I've been seeing him just like teach people. Scan's passion for this game is unparalleled. And it's awesome. Got me into it, and I agree. I don't know anything about League of Legends, but it's good. And you know, you think that it's like daunting because you know you think fighting games, you think Street Fighter, you think direction-based inputs and stuff like that. But this game actually kind of incorporates a little bit more of a Smash Brothers approach, where you have like forward B is like the button. So it's more about like the combos and the spacing and how you utilize the kit of your particular character, and then the cool things you could do with the combinations of like people jumping in and like supporting one another. It's a really, really unique fighting game, and I think it's a healthy shakeup for the FGC. Something that needed to happen. And Riot, I work for them when it comes to VCT. Not right now, obviously. I'm a gig worker, but like I do like work with them, and yeah, their commitment to esports is really sick, and it's they put a lot of time and money behind it.
The guy who's in charge of esports to it is a guy you know pretty well, I'm pretty sure, Ben Goldhaber, Fish Sticks.
Yeah. I used to work with him.
He's in charge of their he is in charge of their esports division for this game, and you couldn't have put it in better hands.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Everything about this game is just lined up for success.
Actually, a good friend of mine, funny enough. He's someone I see fairly. It was my wife and him just were hanging out at a Halloween party. Like
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I just saw him for the first time in like 8 years at Evo. So
that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was good to catch up with him. But yeah, again, 2XKO. It's free to play. It's only on PC right now. But if you want to jump into a fighting game that shows you the ropes pretty well, but has a very high skill ceiling, it's a really good one to try out.
You could definitely butt mash in this one. It's kind of fun. I can attest. All right, Jake, close us out with the 24/7.
Man, I mean, there's so many things that I could talk about. I've been playing the shit out of Battlefield 6.
Oh yeah,
I
Red
love
Sec
it.
dropped today. Red Sec dropped. We're gonna play some
Yeah,
VR.
season 1 of that starts today. Came
Yeah.
out today. It's as today as of us recording this. That game's been so much fun. I've recorded so many things that are just like crazy cinematic, like action movie type things that I've done or been involved in that I'm just like, what other game does this happen in? It's been so much fun. But I think my 24/7 champion this week, I talked to both of you a little bit about this before we recorded, but last night, for those of you who are not as ensconced in the sports world as I am, last night the Dodgers won Game 3 of the World Series in 18 innings.
Jeez Louise.
The game
Oh
lasted
my
6
God.
hours and 38 minutes. It was crazy.
Found the box here.
The first,
Look at all those numbers.
Yeah,
this-
the first,
Let me go back on this. That's insane, bro. 18.
yeah,
It
18 innings.
starts at 9.
It starts at 9.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The first 7 innings of the game had a combined 10 runs, and then the next 11 had 1, which ended with Freddie Freeman hitting a solo shot to deep center field on a full count in the bottom of the 18th. The Dodgers had run out of pitchers. That's how many people that they had throw. And so my 24/7 champion is actually Will Klein. Now, I'd never heard of this guy because the Dodgers just added him to their roster like less than a week ago.
Yeah.
But we needed somebody because Alex Vesia has been dealing with a personal family issue. Hasn't really been much said more than that. So thinking of you, Alex, hope everything goes well. So we brought in this kid who at the beginning of the season was playing for like the Delta City River Cats minor league team or something like that. And then he played for another team and got cut. And then we traded for him with the Mariners or something like that. A month ago, he said he was sitting in his home in Arizona.
That's crazy.
And then this guy comes out, has never pitched more than 2 innings or thrown more than 30 pitches in a game. He's the last guy in the bullpen. Literally, they showed the bullpen and it's just empty chairs. He was the last guy. He comes in and pitches 4 scoreless innings and throws over 70 pitches and was the hero, arguably, of the entire game last night. And like, I love stories like this.
Yeah.
I absolutely love stories like this where just people find an extra gear within themselves to do something that they didn't know they could do in an opportunity that they never thought that they would have. He literally said after the game, he was like, I couldn't have dreamt this dream to come in here and pitch innings 14 through 18 of Game 3 of the World Series.
Overtime.
In a historic game. I mean, in Dodger Stadium in the World Series. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that guy comes in and plays his ass off. You know, they asked him, they were like, oh, how tired were you? He's like, oh, it's fine. I could have kept going. And then he kind of smiled and he goes, no, I was exhausted. I was so tired.
Can't imagine.
That's my 24/7 champion of the week. Look, whenever you think you don't have the opportunity or don't have the chance, when it finally comes, fucking seize that shit, man, and take advantage of it and squeeze every little bit out of it that you can. I don't know, like just that happening was inspirational, was motivating. So I loved it.
And guys, we got
Will
3
Klein,
really good options, and Matt wasn't here to tarnish it. Guys, let's do this.
To ruin it all.
All 3,
you know
baby.
What? Our 24/7 champion is Matt for not being here to ruin the show.
Right. Matt isn't. Actually, we're gonna do that
in Mexico.
Our 24/7 champion is that Matt wasn't here to ruin the damn show. There you have it,
Congrats,
folks.
Matt. You finally got a singles title, bud.
You did it.
Proud of you.
Wow.
He's gonna be so mad at you. Oh my god! He's so much more fit than all of us. He could just beat the shit out of all of us if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he is the kindest souls. All right.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. Congrats, Matt. You won the title. We're happy for you, bud. Oh man, folks, thank you so much for tuning in this week. Scan, anything you want to say before you close out? Thank you so much for filling in
real
last
quick.
second.
Yeah, Jake's getting married.
Oh, that's
Did we forget about that?
Jake is getting married this weekend. So
that's right.
You're
on Halloween.
Saturday night main event.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
On Friday.
Or Friday night main event. Congratulations,
Friday night
man.
preview before Saturday night main.
Yeah, Friday night SmackDown followed by a
married.
Yeah, that's happening. We're getting courthouse married on Halloween.
Wow,
that's gonna be awesome.
And I'll show you afterwards what I'm going to be wearing that day.
Are you guys dressing up?
Yes.
Or
we are, but we're not. I'll show you. You'll see.
Okay, I'm excited.
You'll see.
I'm excited.
But yeah.
Well, folks, there you have it. Quite the episode of Rebooked. One of my favorites. Damn. Thanks, Matt. You gotta step away more. I'm kidding. No, real talk. Scan, thank you so much for jumping in last minute. Obviously, we didn't mention it at the top because we just jumped right into it. But Matt wasn't able to be with us this week. He's stuck in Mexico right now, right, or something like that. That's what's happening. So
he was supposed to see a tequila.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah.
That ain't happening.
There's some good. I mean, to be fair,
there's worse reasons to be stuck in Mexico.
I would say
That's
yes.
true.
This is true. So Matt will be back with us next week. But huge shout out to Scan. Of course, you can check out Scan across all social media at GLHF TV. Right? I believe everything's still GLHF TV. YouTube,
somehow.
Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, all that stuff. So go ahead, check him out. He's a homie. And of course, the editor of this show. So thank you for everything you do, Scan. Always appreciate you, my man. All right, folks, that is going to do it for us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. You can also like this video in case you enjoyed it. If you listen to on all those other, podcast platforms, why don't you go ahead and do the things over there that helps us get boosted in the algorithms. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week. Take care, folks. Peace.